Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hey,
Hey.
have you ever been married?
No, I have not.
Okay, and you don't have any kids.
No, I do not.
You are blessed.
I do want to be married, and I do want children.
Yeah, well,
I do.
so let me tell you what I found out when I was looking at my divorce decree.
I do know about divorces, though.
What I didn't know is that my children's name were on the divorce decree. So it kind of seemed like I divorced my kids along with divorcing my ex-wife.
Did they turn on you? Because, see, that's what happens in divorces. I hear a lot when people get divorced, their children, of course, sides with the mother or, have an ill will against the father. So I'm saying, like, was that hard for you?
Well, so I was actually back in the Navy. I had actually got out because of my our oldest son, because I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave her.
Okay.
So I got out the Navy completely.
Oh.
And
so much for love. I thought you said don't be a sucker for women.
Yeah, well, we didn't like each other. Things didn't work out.
Now y'all ain't like each other. See, you know what? I'm getting in there soon.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. We just didn't like each other. And I gave just about everything I could. And when it started getting to the point where I'm going to jail,
right,
or possibly going to prison, or possibly doing other stupid stuff, no matter what it is, it's all stupid. But I went back in the Navy because I was good at being a sailor. But that was my heart's passion, was serving the military.
What was your rank?
I'm a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer.
Oh, see, that ain't y'all. That's good. That's good. I keep telling you, give me some money. I keep telling you, give me some money.
All my money.
You see what I'm saying? It's the light skin. Light skin men always want to act so stingy. Like, give me some money. Nah, give me some money.
Well, I'll tell you what. And I'm not talking about you, but men who give their money to broke women will end up being broken too.
I mean, you can give your money to broke. You can give your money to broke women. You can give your money to a rich woman. At the end of the day, it all depends on how you two move and how you two correlate with each other.
Exactly.
And if you act a fool and she act a fool, then it just ain't gonna work. Y'all have to have morals. I think it's more about the morals in place first, and then. Because money, a woman don't want to be with no man that ain't got no money anyways. That's just bottom line. No woman is going to be with a man that don't have money. Your job is to provide. Yes, if you want to do cliche, the woman's supposed to cook, clean, and all that. At the end of the day, my thing is, as a man, you provide and you make sure that you take care of the household. But a woman should also make sure that she has something in her back that she can make sure that if your tail falls short, she is able to pick you up to make sure that you both are not down, because that's a wife. It's a partnership. You both are in it together. So if you are investing in her while she is broke, she should be making sure that investment does not go to waste.
Correct.
And that's your woman. And if she does and you decide to marry her, well, man, that's your fault.
Damn. That's very well said. And for all you young men out there who or women who don't have children yet, take heed to learning how to become a husband or wife before you become a parent.
How do you think that could be possible? Like, so you think that you should be married for what? How long before you decide to have children do you think would be smart?
I think 3 to 4 years is a good time period.
God dang, her thing gonna have to be expired on that thing soon.
No, I mean, if it was meant to happen, it's gonna happen.
Oh.
But the whole thing is,
do what they want to do.
Well, look, all right.
The Megs ain't going.
All right, so you done opened up the tourist door here for a minute.
And did.
All right, so how many people do you know who are married with children with no outside children?
I don't know.
Right. Most people don't.
No, I don't know. Oh, well, I mean, I know white families.
Okay. All right.
Caucasian families, they keep it. They
like
keep
more
it tight
so than black families now.
African American families, we got to do better.
I mean,
Got to do better.
This new generation.
Oh my God.
Now, some of them are doing what I suggest in my books, You know, they got married. They
What new
enjoyed
generation's
themselves.
getting married? You mean the millennials or the Gen Zs?
It's probably the Gen Zs.
Oh, like, all right.
Well, and maybe some millennials.
Be nice.
But I do know quite a few younger couples that waited a couple years to have kids, and they got solid nuclear families. And ironically, they all have girls. None of them have boys.
Oh, bring the girls in.
A shout out to you if you're a nuclear family. You know what?
Woo.
Keep on showing the example of what more of us should be. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, young men need to learn how to pay regular bills before they pay child support bills. And I know
True.
a lot of guys who paid child support before they had an apartment, before they had an electric bill, before they had a cable bill. And a lot of them couldn't get those things because they was paying child support. You know, when I was paying child support, shoot, my ex was getting half my check, but I still had to take care of myself. And so then I had to take on other jobs. I was working myself to death. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm going back in the Navy. Mm-hmm. As soon as I came back from the deployment, within a year, I was back on active duty.
Oh, wow.
And I did another 17 years after that.
I feel like thank you for your service, by the way. We have to make sure, thank you for everybody for your services, because, you know, I can't do it. Okay, all right, thank you. So thank you, because somebody had to do it. All right. I feel like with the child support situation, it's kind of, I don't have children, so of course, you know, speaking on it could be, you know, interesting. However, I do have a mother and things. I feel like as a parent, as a father, you need to make sure you're there for your child at all times. I don't think that child support is a thing. I think it's kind of messing up the system in a way. I think all of that child support, welfare, all of that, it just messes it up. But it's nothing against it, you know. Use it. My family uses it, so it ain't nothing to it. But I just think that it could definitely the father going to jail over child support is one thing, because it's still not benefiting, but the father not being able to provide for himself is not benefiting as well when it's time for that kid to go over there for the weekend. Okay?
Right.
So the daddy do need to make sure, I think that we need to make sure that the father can make the funds so that they can be the father, you know, because if you keep taking the money, you know, unless you're just a deadbeat and you just ain't there for your child and this and that, well then, yeah, that's just what's going to happen. But I just don't see you as that type. I could be wrong.
No.
But I don't see you as that type.
Hey, plus, trust me.
You that type?
No, I'm not that type. I've never been behind in child support, and I got 6 kids.
6 kids, come on now.
My child support was like almost $250,000.
Now, are they all about one woman or which wives?
No. Remember, I told you I've been married 4 times.
So all of the wives?
No, I didn't. I had
They're
2
outside
without those wives
women.
too. Yeah.
Okay, so these are outside. So you was a role. I knew it was some more to this
I'm not
story.
a Rolling
So
Stone.
you know what? I knew it was. After we just went through 4 wives and now none of them have the kids.
Oh no.
You know what?
No, well, I got 2 ex-wives I don't have kids with at all.
Yep.
Thank God.
You know what?
I'm glad I didn't have 6 out of 6.
What?
I'm saying, you know what? I thought I was unique about having how many kids until I realized. Well, I started seeing Future got a whole bunch of kids.
Yeah, you ain't
There's
the
a whole
only.
lot of other rappers, and you know.
But it's beautiful though. It's a beautiful thing. It's your creations. It's
so
beautiful.
I mean, I have a basketball team with 1 spare, but I know some people got a football team.
Yeah. It seemed like you
Matter
can
of
get
fact,
one.
what is the name? P Dirty. He got a bunch of kids too. He got a bunch of kids.
He talking about that. I know. Everybody. He got a bunch of kids. Everybody. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of celebrities. Future. We already know if you NBA YoungBoy.
But they paying child support though.
Yeah, but they're not with their kids 24/7. See, I think that the father needs to be into the child's life, like
Right.
as a active parent 24. But that all comes from also staying with somebody or getting, with somebody that to build a family with also, and
Right.
not just doing it to do it. So it also was a mental.
So I know Tyrese has been having a lot of issues being able to see his children.
Very much.
I had that same problem. So I was
Was the woman holding like a vendetta against you?
No, like basically, there was a parenting plan. I was supposed to get them like every other birthday, every other Christmas.
And did you not?
Well, sometimes I was deployed, so I couldn't.
Oh, well, you was deployed.
Or I was going through some training where I just couldn't leave my training. And, my children don't really know that. But
well, you wasn't there though. Even though you were working, you wasn't there. So she got to get the funds for you somehow.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying. I mean, I paid it.
Yeah, as you should.
It's called a military allotment. They take it out your check every month. But when I would call, it was they're not here, or just a hang up, or sometimes not a pickup at all.
I noticed that about a lot of older men and their children, actually, when they go through things or divorces or whatever, or even just in general, things with their family, the mother or so. Mm-hmm. I've noticed that, and I think it is so sad, actually, for the kids to basically not have a relationship. And it's like, I'm sure that you gave your all, because this is the thing with military men specifically, because I date a military man, so I know. Y'all give y'all all, y'all go and y'all fight and y'all do what y'all do for the family, but just to get back to a broken family. And it's something that is so hard to repair. And then you get older and it's like, dang, do I got to die for you to recognize and understand that you're going to love me before I'm gone or while I'm gone? It's sad. So it's like, it's just a sad thing, but I noticed that a lot with military men. Like, it is really a thing with military men, and it's sad.
And the funny thing is, they'll be like, well, your daddy's never around. Well, your daddy's stationed in San Diego.
But that's the mother's job as well, to make sure that she lets her child know. See, because let me think, kids ain't slow. You let your kids know. At the age of 3, they be cussing. They be saying all types of words. They old enough, 5 years old, they come to you and tell you a whole conversation you had with somebody else. Kids is the best snitches, So at the end of the day, them kids is old enough to comprehend and to understand the situation of going on. Unless it's something like daddy is no longer with us, then that's another story. But as far as daddy is working and void, she has to make sure that she lets the kids know, but know that your father loves you every day.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. And then, like, one thing I had to deal with was part of the agreement is I had to go pick my kids up from the Southland Mall.
Okay. Where is Southland Mall? Okay.
In Memphis.
Okay.
And this mall is notorious for shootings and people getting unalived. So it wasn't really the right environment to be going into to pick up your children.
Right.
You pulling suitcases out of a trunk and trying to put it in your truck or car.
And a shot could come by.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's a bank right next door to it. I've seen it get robbed.
Oh.
Like, guys running out with guns. And there was another guy that got carjacked in the parking lot. Luckily, he had a permit. And he shot the guy that tried to carjack him. It was just a lot of, it was a lot of mess.
Right.
And to be so petty to make me have to go there to go pick up my innocent children was, that was just dirty.
Well, I do always say it's two sides to a story now.
I mean,
so
it could have been a police station. And that would have been a little bit more neutral and safer.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that.
But it specifically said the ghetto was mall in Memphis.
Is that what the paperwork said?
Yeah, it's on there.
Well, you got to do it.
The Southland Mall. Matter of fact, it's still open. They done knocked all the other malls around the city because of all the crime and stuff that they had there.
I don't think the system really cares much, though, about, all of that, trust me.
Oh, well, yeah.
They have their limits. They do, but they don't. That's a way. It's still beneficial to them.
Yeah. So, I know what it's like to pay attorneys and have all your money taken from. Well, you got to exhaust your funds until you run out.
Because the court fees from the divorce, right?
Yeah, I paid for all that stuff. Plus, I filed 3 times.
God dang.
Yeah, it took 3 times. It took the third one was the charm.
3 times, but y'all ain't like each other, eh? That is something.
Yeah.
That is something to not like somebody, eh?
Yeah, but I actually had to ask for custody just to get the divorce.
What?
Yeah. Once I asked for custody and I asked for child support, then all of a sudden she had no problem signing the papers. Because then she just flip-flopped to what it was when I first filed it.
As long as you stay being a man and true to yourself.
Oh no, I mean, look, like I said, the battle is no joke. It's a battle. Sometimes, if you have a child with someone that you don't like and they don't like you.
I think y'all liked each other. I mean, you keep saying y'all ain't like
But,
each other. I really think y'all liked each other a little
it's just
bit.
an
I mean, y'all got
explanation.
nasty. Y'all liked something about each other.
I mean, it is what it is.
He's strong, though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But for all you guys out here and ladies that don't have kids, get married first. Enjoy that person for 3 or 4 years. If you don't like them, at least you ain't going to have to worry about all those issues.
That's true.
And on that, we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Yay.